What's up, guys? This is World of This Gaming, your channel for fresh arena of Valor content, and I just realized I haven't put a video down on Omega since he has been reworked. So this is the time for some rework action, and the overall outcome was actually quite pleasant, and therefore we're going to talk about Omega in the upcoming gameplay. And first of all, I want to show my build and talk about my choices, and therefore we're going to open the equipment section. So Omega is a tank. The game described him as one, and therefore we are building full tank on him. This is just an idea of what you can build on Omega, because of course what you guys should do is you should build him in the best way possible to counter the enemy team. Therefore I've put in some defensive mechanisms against attack damage as well as ability power with the Gaia's the Medallion of Troy here. You can also take Gaia Standard in addition to that if you have 5 ability based damage dealers in the opposing team, but this is basically the bread and butter. The most important thing is the support item, and of course you should take that in accordance to the enemy team's power. So if there is someone who gets invincible, not invincible but invisible, take the item that uncovers them. If there is a lot of incoming damage, take the one that gives you the shield, the Mother Earth barrier, but take Mother Earth. This is the most important thing. Take the Earth Gem to take it for the tank support. In terms of my Arcana, I've been choosing my AD tank build, which has just suited me so nicely. It's 10 times Indomitable for armor, max HP and attack speed, Benevolence for max HP and movement speed, and I love my skewer on this because it just gives me some armor pierce. In terms of the enchantment section, I tried something quite unusual, I guess. I've taken Nature's Rage because we've got so many knockbacks with this champion that I was tempting to use it. If you find yourself in the position that Omega gets ripped from AD carries a lot, of course, switch this to Explosive Shield, but nonetheless, you should always take Tower Blessing and Nature's Gift to boost his HP pool a little bit above what he starts the game with, and then we're taking Enhanced Restore and Devour for some utility. So this is the build. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, put on the notifications bell, leave some likes, comments and lovely things to share, and now we've got some gameplay, so enjoy. Alright, so we started off with a pretty decent build. I would assume we've got 2 of the top tier heroes in the game. Necroth in the jungle and Wonder Woman on the solo lane. We've got Morin, who is a beast in the duo lane when it comes to mid to late game stages, so he's quite capable. And we have Dirac at the mage lane position, so I would say our build is basically quite capable of winning this game. On the opposing side, as you guys might have seen, we've got Telenas here as the main damage dealer in the AD carry phase. Unfortunately, we're not able to kill her. We've got Kira, who's a really strong jungler right now in the game. Even if she's not ranked S tier by the basic content contributors in the world right now, I would still assume that she's actually quite potent. She's ruined me a lot of matches when I was playing against her, and she won me a lot of matches when I was playing her myself. So I would say Kira is actually really capable of winning fights, especially because her damage is just out of this world. And then we have Ibnef at the support category, as well as Natalia at the mid lane, and I think behind that is Kilgroth. So the enemy composing is actually quite mixed, but I would say they are still good characters to play with each other. Natalia has a lot of damage. Telenos has good range. Ibnev is actually a really good CC hero. He's got a lot of CC capabilities in his build. And therefore, I wasn't too sure if we are going to win this game, but the first couple of minutes were actually quite strong because, as you can see, we not only killed 4 enemies and died once, but we also get the first Abyssal Dragon, which is actually quite nice. So Kira tries some of her spells. Not really too fond of the choice that she's playing mid lane. I'm trying as much as possible here in order to get something from it. But yes, this is basically the first double kill here for myself, and this is going to continue throughout the game because the enemies were not really up to par when talking about game choices, and the 2-0-2 is basically just the start of it. I was playing this card kind of, I would say it's kind of like a Alice an Alice kind of skin, so Alice in Wonderland, the card skin. It always reminds me of that, and I think it fits him quite nicely. It gives him this really nice being a little bit off the whole game, and I really liked it. Like, I think it suits him quite well, and it worked out nice for me. So here's another double kill for our team. Natalia was standing a little bit too far away from her tower, and I think that just paid off quite nicely for our team. Wonder Woman is about to retreat as Ibnev is closing in right under the tower with Kilgroth, and I think they did not really have in mind that I might be there for another kill here, and we're using every single bit that we have in our department here of spells, and there is another another kill here on Kira, and we have just been forcing the game to a 10-2. So everything goes really nice into plan. I've got Natalia trying to deal some damage, and as you can see, Wonder Woman was really low, so we had the opportunity to fight back because the enemies was just staying a little bit too long in the fight, but Natalia made it out alive. Kilworth is now here for some killing pleasures, so we decided to move back. Unfortunately, Direk stays, and I don't really get why he intended to do so, because in my opinion it doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, of course, we are not able to get Natalia back from the place because she has just been using her ultimate. But as you can see, we are level 7 and Kilworth is level 6, so we still have a good measure on putting him down while getting the kill on Natalia, and we're still alive. So 3-0, I'm gonna take it. Like, it doesn't really matter. And this game is going to show how tanky Omega is going to be. Like, this is the main course of this video. You guys are going to see for yourself how tanky this character can be with the new layout, with all the revised activities in terms of his S1, S2 and ultimate. He has been a tank like in the like early stages of the game when I was kind of unlocking him with a complete different appearance. He was a tank that didn't really feel like being a tank, and this completely changed. And I think there is a lot of debate about Arena of Valor and all of the money choices and stuff like that, and how they kind of tweak enemies and heroes and things back and forth. But in my opinion, they did a really good job on Omega, because now he feels like a tank, and you actually get the feeling that he has some kind of impact on the game. And for me, as someone who likes to play supports, that's actually a really important choice, because that just means that you can make him roam. And that's one of the most important things when you are playing a support character, especially in higher stages of the game. When it comes to the elo, you want to have someone who has an impact of the game. You are not some kind of accessory. I'm there, I'm doing things. If not, not. You want to have an impact. You really want to set up the pace for the game. You want to determine the outcome. You want to support your AD character, but not only in a way to support them, but also in a way to dictate things onto the enemy. And I think that is something that they have done quite nicely with Omega in the past. And I would say he's one of the best reworks that we have seen in the arena of Valor history so far. So, at least in my opinion. Unfortunately, we do not get Kilgoth here. That was just a little bit lackluster, unfortunately. But now we are trying to get Ibnev. And Ibnev is actually quite tanky, especially for me as a support hero, without any real support from this Wonder Woman. So we're dazing back and forth. Now he's activating his ultimate. I'm trying to get as much shielding as possible. Now Kilgoth comes in, and fortunately we are able to get as much value as possible into him, but it's still not enough to kill him. And as you can see, Wonder Woman just died because Kilgoth came back. But it's not really a problem for us because we are just a tank. Like, we are actually finally a true tank. Omega has just made himself work, and I think that was a bad mistake. Coming back right into my arms was not the smartest choice from this Kilgoth, and even Kira tries to be kind of dangerous here, but we do get another kill here, and now we are on 7 kills, and it just shows how strong Ibnev is right now at this point of this particular gameplay. The game, but the gameplay itself. So yeah, it felt quite good actually. Like, yeah, Ibnev just gave me a really hard time on trying to kill him because he was just so durable that I didn't have any kind of chance to actually kill him. But Omega is just pretty easy to play right now because you're just mashing buttons, and then you just need to focus on whatever enemy you want to get the kill on. So really bad positioning from Talanas here, Natalia here, and there's another kill on Ibnev finally, and we're still alive. Like, we've got 9 kills right now. The game is about to end. Wonder Woman is closing in. Now I got the first tower shot, so I can't finish. We don't have any minions right now, so it's a little bit difficult to finish it off. And I just decided to recall because I'm so low and I'm sitting on a 907 right now, so I don't want to be in any kind of danger to ruin this really good score. As you can see, Necroth is 14-3 right now. While we were focusing on fighting the tanks, Necroth did a good job on just boiling everything down into position so that we can win the game. So here is another kill, 10th kill for me in a row, so that's actually quite nice. I don't know why Morin was just stacking that closely to this character. Yes, now it pays off, but before it was actually quite dangerous to be so close to Ibnev with Telenas behind. She even killed Morin on the retaliation strike, but now we've got some minions up our sleeves to just take down the core. The core is really, really low, and it's just a question of time, and here we go. The game has been won. We've got 10 kills with a support hero, which is actually quite nice, and there wasn't really anything that the enemies can do about it, and I would just say this character is actually quite underrated in my opinion. We've got legendary. I've become the MVP with 1/3 of the overall damage dealt, which I think is actually super, super nice. Gold medal tank. I think I've never ever achieved this kind of achievement so far. So it's 14, and as you can see, my team didn't really do a crazy job. I didn't ever see Dirac again after we went to a lane at first, but this was the score, and I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys like Omega right now because I think he's actually really good. He's not one of the best supports, but he is a decent support that you guys should take into consideration. This was my game. Have a good evening, and bye-bye.